Do you want to be successful and live your best life? If so, then this video is for you. Guys, it's time to get excited. If you act on the lessons in this video, your life will change forever. So grab whatever you need to take some notes because you are going to want to write these lessons down. Now, before we get into it, I just want to make it clear that there is no cookie cutter formula to success. And whoever tells you that is lying. We all have different interests and talents. We also all have different definitions of success. Your definition might be becoming the best swimmer or doctor you can be, whereas other people might view success as becoming a millionaire and having a fancy house and car. Whatever your version of success is, your success will be defined by who you are as a person, the knowledge you have, and how well you use your skills to achieve your goals. With that being said, here are 15 things that anyone can do to become successful. The first thing you need to do to become successful is figure out what you're passionate about, then find a way to use it for good. If you know what your passion is, that's great, but if you don't know, that's also fine. All you have to do to find out what your passion is start brainstorming. Grab a piece of paper or open up the Notes app on your phone and ask yourself, if we lived in a world where you didn't have to worry about money and you could do whatever you wanted to do with your life, what are the things that you would be doing with your life? Next thing to do is to think about what makes you excited to get up in the morning. It could be literally anything you enjoy doing. Write down as many things as you can. If you can't think of anything, then go out and try activities that grab your interest, or learn about a subject that grabs your interest. You will eventually have things to write down. Once you figure out what your passion is, make sure that you use it for good. No matter what your definition of success may be, using your passion for good will help you achieve success. When you help others with your passion, others will help you back, thus guaranteeing you success. When you figure out what your passion is and understand that you're going to use it for good, it's time to start creating a game plan, which leads us to our second step. The second step to success is to create a game plan and set goals to turn your dreams into a reality. Dreaming is something you only do at night when you're asleep. People who are truly awake when the sun comes up take control of their lives and command the things that they want to happen into their lives. As the great Billy Carson from Forbidden Knowledge says, conscious thought backed by action equals manifestation. In other words, you need to have a detailed plan backed by action to make your aspirations come true. However, having a plan isn't enough. A plan is only as good as those who see them through. Once you have a plan and have set goals for yourself, you need to figure out your why. Your why is what motivates you. It's the reason behind everything you are doing. Is it the excitement of your future? The possibility of being able to do what you love while being financially free? Or is it being able to provide for your family and friends? Whatever it may be, figure out what your why is and think about that every time you feel like giving up. However, you must come to terms with the fact that you are not going to have motivation every day. That's why you must also learn discipline. Once you learn discipline, it will be with you 24/7, whether you're motivated or not. You must ask yourself, what are your standards in life? This is important because you will always get your standards in life. Everything you have right now, you got because you were satisfied with it, because it fit your standards. Once you increase your standards, you will increase your quality of life. Go ahead and write that down. Once you increase your standards, you will increase your quality of life. A good place to start is to keep your room clean and make your bed. I know this might not make sense to some people, but again, it's about practicing discipline and raising your standards. In fact, researcher Randall Bell studied the habits of the ultra-rich and found that you are 206% more likely to become a millionaire if you make your bed each morning. In summary, it is important to have a game plan because without a game plan, you are flying through life blind. In order to make things go the way that you want, you have to command them into your life. If you want a certain kind of lifestyle, make it your standard. Now it is time to move on to step 3. The third step is a love for God. Most people truly don't understand what it is like to have a relationship with God. You can't have this wishful thinking mindset where you think, oh, I will just pray to God and hope that everything works out the way that I want it to. That's not how a relationship with God works. Don't get me wrong, it is okay to pray to God in a position of gratitude, but not one of begging. Begging is a low-frequency mindset. We know this by hooking up someone to a computer with an EEG. We can see that when you are praying from a position of desperation and begging, you are emitting out a low frequency into the universe. When you are begging God to give you things, you are outsourcing your power instead of using it. The begging mindset will lead to laziness and a lack of progress. God will get you to where you want to be, but you have to show God that you are worthy of it. Go ahead, write that down. God will get you to where you want to be, but you have to show God that you are worthy of it. Your relationship with God should be like the relationship between a captain and his boat. God is like the boat that will guide you to where you want to be, but you must be the one to steer the way. Here is another way to think about it. If you go to work and ask your boss for a promotion, what will your boss say? They will ask you what you have done to deserve a promotion, and they will make a decision based on your performance. God is your boss in life, so why would God give you a promotion in your life if you are not performing? If you are not performing, there is no reason for you to get that promotion. If you want that promotion, you better start working hard and giving God a reason to give you success. Remember, God wants to help you, but you have to show God that you want to help yourself first. Now it's time to move on to step number 4. The fourth step is accountability and self-awareness. If you are ever going to be successful, you're going to have to walk through life with the attitude that everything that happens to you, both good and bad, is your fault. If you strike a major win, that's your fault. Or if you have a massive failure, that's also your fault. The truth is that no one else is in control of your life except you. So you need to act like it if you are ever going to succeed in life. People who hold themselves accountable will always be more successful than people who don't, because this is the mindset of a grower. If you have the mindset that nothing bad is ever your fault, then you are ignoring the life lessons that have been planted in front of you to grow. You shouldn't be ashamed of your mistakes. Instead, you should learn from them. Heck, we all make mistakes. It's completely normal to make mistakes. That's what makes us human. But if you want to become a master of your life, in your reality, you have to learn from your mistakes and hold yourself accountable. If you made a mistake in the past that hurt someone, then go up to them and show them that you have the winner mindset. Instead of blaming them for your mistake, show them that you are holding yourself accountable for it and apologize to them. Then tell them what you have learned from your mistake and how you are going to improve in the future. If you do this, I guarantee that the respect they had lost for you will start to come back. Now it is time to move on to step number 5. The fifth step is discipline and focus. Discipline and focus is what will get you through the tough times where most people would quit. Most people fail because they let the hard times make them lose sight of their vision. With hard work, discipline, focus, dedication, consistency, and taking initiative, nothing will be able to stop you from achieving your goals. This means working even when you don't feel like it. Got a headache or want to go watch a movie or play a video game? Too bad. Stay focused. If you don't want to be average, then you can't act average. Write that down. If you don't want to be average, then you can't act average. While someone else is acting funny, you need to be making money. These billionaires and millionaires that you look up to all have the same 24 hours in a day that you do. The difference is that they don't waste their time. That's why, if you want to become successful, you need to replace bad habits with good ones. To keep yourself on track, write down a list of everything you do in a day. Cross out the bad habits and replace them with good ones. Instead of going on social media or TV for 2 hours a day, use those 2 hours to work towards your goals. Time is limited and it all adds up quickly. 2 hours a day for 1 week is 14 hours. There are 52 weeks in a year. 14 hours times 52 is 728 hours. That's a lot of time to accomplish your goals. Becoming successful is a lot like working out. Working out for 1 day won't get you noticeable results, but if you stay focused and consistent, then you will start to see massive results. This leads us into our next step. Step 6 is fitness and mental toughness. Fitness is so important because without your health, you have nothing. You could have $1 trillion, but that wouldn't mean anything if you are not healthy. Fitness also develops discipline and patience, which, as we discussed earlier, are essential to being successful at anything. If you are going to be successful, you need mental toughness to get you through the tough times that are guaranteed to come along your journey. A strong body is important because you cannot have a strong mind without having a strong body. That's why the gym is so freaking important. People will always respect you more if you are in good shape. You will close more deals and make better relationships with people if you are in shape, because it sends a plethora of nonverbal cues to people. It shows that you have the qualities of a successful person. It shows that you are responsible. It shows that you take good care of yourself, which means that you will take good care of them too. That's why the man in the suit is more important than the suit on the man. So after this video, start going to the gym consistently. Trust me, the only regret that you will have is that you didn't do it sooner. Step 7 is to watch who you hang out with. You are the sum of the 3 closest people to you. If you hang out with 3 millionaires, then you will also become a millionaire. If you hang out with 3 lowlifes, then you will also become a lowlife. You need to ask yourself these questions. Are your friends becoming the person that you want to become? Are they doing the things that you know that you should be doing? Do they support you through thick and thin? Do they hold you accountable so that you can grow? If you answer no to any of these, you need to leave those people in the past as soon as you can. They are holding you back from becoming successful. Don't let their lack of ambition stop you from leveling up. It's time that you hang around people that you want to become and people that will hold you accountable so that you can grow. Step 8 is patience. Change takes time to happen. You don't see a big, beautiful tree go from a seed to a tree overnight. It took time for that change to happen. And it's going to take time for change to happen in your life too. This is the thing that gets most people. They get impatient and give up after their first failure. If you want to be successful at anything, you are going to have to make mistakes first. Don't beat yourself up over the mistakes or use them as an excuse to quit. Learn from those mistakes and move forward in life as a more knowledgeable person. Failure is the greatest teacher we have in life. If we don't learn from our failures, then we are bound to repeat them and never advance anywhere. If you really want to progress faster, learn from not only your mistakes, but other people's mistakes as well. You only have one lifetime, but you can learn more than a lifetime's worth of knowledge by learning from the mistakes of multiple other people. Don't let any life lesson slip you by. If you or someone around you makes a mistake, take a mental note of it and use that knowledge to help you succeed. Also, look at what other people are doing to succeed and incorporate that into your life. If you want to be the best at something, look at the person who is currently the best at that thing and study what they are doing that makes them the best. It is often the little details that people overlook that can separate someone from failure and success. So don't forget, learning from your mistakes as well as other people's mistakes will speed up the process to success, but it will still take patience and consistency to achieve your goals. The 9th step to success is to get rid of your ego and pride. Now, a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but a lot of times people are their own worst enemies. They don't grow because they think that they are already perfect. Let me tell you something right now. You are not perfect. I am not perfect either, but knowing that drives me to learn more, to become closer to the best version of myself possible. Ask yourself this, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate yourself? Let me tell you that most of you are 1s, 2s, 3s, and maybe some 4s. If you were a 10, you would be a multi-millionaire or billionaire, and the whole world would know who you are. You would also be the kindest and most giving person that you could possibly be. Your legacy will last for generations upon generations. That is a possibility that is in front of you, but you haven't resonated with it yet because you have put a limit on yourself for what you think is possible for your life, which leads us to our next step. Step 10 is optimism and belief. If you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will. If I walked up to a group of average people and asked them if they believe that they could become millionaires and billionaires, most of them would say no. If you ask them why, they would give you a bunch of excuses. They would say, I wasn't born with this, or I don't have this, or I have this going against me. Stop it with the excuses. The only thing that is against you is you. If you don't believe that you can become the best version of yourself, then it's never going to happen. You have something called drive, and you control it, and I can prove it to you. If someone took the person that you cared about the most and held them hostage and said that they would kill them in 2 years if you weren't in perfect physical shape and living your life as a millionaire, then you would be hitting the gym every single day and you would find a way to become a millionaire before that time is up. Why does it take someone kidnapping the one you love the most to make you the best version of yourself possible? No, seriously, why? It's because you are in a state of hypnosis driven by comfortability. Well, it's time to stop being comfortable and stop letting your drive run cold. It's time for you to wake up and change your life. Step 11 is integrity and loyalty. If you want to gain favorability with your customers or the people you work with, you are going to need to show them that you're an honest, trustworthy, and loyal individual. If you tell someone something you know to be untrue just to make a sale or get your way, you might get that one sale, you might get your way that once, but by lacking integrity, you're going to lose many more opportunities with that person. They will find out that you lied and misled them, and they will never want to come back for your business, and they won't trust anything to do with you. They will also tell other people not to trust you or do business with you. As you can see, you will lose much more than you will gain by being dishonest and unloyal. By showing people that you have integrity and loyalty, they will want to be around you and work with you more, which is beneficial for both you and them. It is also important to carry good values and morals with you wherever you go, because at the end of the day, your legacy is all that you will have left. Your car, your house, and your other materialistic possessions will not be with you when you die. So what kind of legacy do you want to build? What do you want people to be saying about you when you are dead? Do you want them to remember you for being unloyal, having no integrity, and not being respected by anyone? Or do you want them to remember you as the kindest and most honest and most loyal person that anyone has ever known? That choice is up to you, and only you. Step 12 will help anyone who wants to start a business or a brand for themselves, and that is to find a gap in the market and fill it. The best way to go about this is to use your passion. For example, let's say your passion is cooking and you want to open up a restaurant. Let's say you want your restaurant to serve Italian food. The problem is that there are already several Italian restaurants in the area that you want to open up in. What I would do is examine the customers in each restaurant as well as every little aspect about how those restaurants are run. How is the service, atmosphere, food, wait times, etc.? Let's say you picked a spot to open up in. The Italian place right by you gets mostly businessmen as customers because there are several offices near you. However, you notice that the wait times are long and the walls and the decorations feel a bit too feminine for the amount of male customers in the restaurant. If you have smaller wait times and incorporate a more modest and professional environment into your restaurant, you will kick the other restaurant's butt. Those businessmen are most likely very busy and don't have a long time to wait. The speed and environment of your restaurant will make your restaurant more appealing than your competition to them. You see, the root of finding and filling a gap in the market is to understand your customers and their wants and needs. Then find the flaws in your competition and fix them before they do. The way you do that is by fulfilling the needs of your customers better than anyone else. Sometimes that means fixing what your competition is doing wrong. And sometimes it means coming up with your own creative twist on how to run your business to make you stand out. Let's use cooking as an example again. Let's say you wanted to start a cooking channel on YouTube. Instead of showing people how to make the dish and ending the video like everyone else, you should add your own twist to it. Let's say for every 10 minutes it takes you to cook the dish, you have to give out one meal to the homeless, then film yourself giving the food out at the end. That was just one example, but it could be anything you could think of. You want to be original and more desirable than your competition if you are going to fill a gap in the market and become successful. The more ways you separate yourself from your competition, the better. Because at the end of the day, money is an idea. It goes where it is invited, and it stays where it is welcomed. Step 13 is to become a master communicator and seller. It doesn't matter what you are doing or want to do. You will always need communication and sales skills because whether you realize it or not, communicating and selling is something that you do every single day. When you ask someone out, you are selling yourself. When you ask someone to do something for you, you have to sell them on why it's worth their time to do what you are asking of them. You can't be successful if you don't know how to effectively sell and communicate. That's why it's so essential that you master how to sell anything, anywhere, at any time. I'm going to teach you some tips on how you can be a master seller right now. Sales is a very large topic with tons of information. That is why I'll only go over the basics now. I will make more in-depth sales videos in the future, so stay tuned for those. I hope you got something to take notes with because you don't want to miss a thing I'm about to teach you. The first thing is so important, and that is wordplay and the psychology behind sales and communication. The first word trick I'm going to teach you is the power of because. This word is extremely effective at persuading anyone to do something for you. They have conducted multiple studies that show when you use the word because in a request, the chances of you getting what you want skyrockets. The most famous of these studies is known as the copy machine study. In this study, they had someone go up to a line at a copy machine and say, "Excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the copy machine?" They were able to get a 60% compliance rate from framing the question this way. Then they went up to a different line at another copy machine and asked people the same question, except this time they added the word because. They said, "Excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the copy machine because I have to make 5 copies?" Adding the word because increased the compliance rate from 60% to 93%. That is a 33% increase in compliance just by adding one word to their question. The researchers hypothesized that people act on automatic behavior and that hearing the word because followed by any reason, no matter how lame it was, would cause people to comply. Another hypothesis to explain this phenomenon was that we have been programmed since we were little to do things just because. For instance, when your mom asked you to clean your room as a kid and you asked her why, she would always use the word because. She would tell you, "Clean your room because I said so." From there on, we have had the word because programmed in our minds as a valid reason to comply with someone. A similar word trick you can use while selling or even in your everyday life is to use the word yes and instead of yes but. When you say yes but, it makes the other person feel like you are negating what they are saying, which makes them feel like you are not taking them seriously, which in return makes them not take you seriously. If you say yes and instead, it makes them feel like you are taking what they have to say into consideration and just adding your own ideas on top of it. This allows for a much smoother conversation and better communication. Another great sales method you can use is called a tie-down. A tie-down is when you condition someone to say yes to you so that they become comfortable saying yes to you when you hit them with your main ask. For this example, I will do a role play where I'm working at the Apple store and I have someone come in who wants to buy a new iPhone. I would notice them looking at the iPhones and go over to them and say, "I see you looking at the new iPhones. Are you in need of a new iPhone?" Yes, mine is getting really slow, but I'm not sure if I can get one today. I totally understand that. Let me ask you a few quick questions to help you out with your phone situation today. Does that sound fair to you? Yes, it does. Great. How often do you use your phone? Well, I use my phone all the time. Would you say that it is important to have something that you use all the time in great condition? Yes, I would. Would it make your life easier and more productive if you were to get a new phone today? Yes, it would make my life a lot easier. If you got a new phone today, would it be your main phone for the next 2 to 3 years? Yes, it would. I upgrade my phone about every 3 years. Great. Since you upgrade your phone about every 3 years, that means you get $1 a day of value out of your phone every day. Would you agree that your phone gives you more than $1 a day's worth of value? Oh wow, I never thought about it like that. I do get more than $1 a day's worth of value from my phone. But I still don't have $1,000 to spend today on a new iPhone. That's no problem at all. Do you have $34 to spend today? Yes, I do have $34 to spend today. That's great, because we do payment plans for $34 a month, and we also do trade-ins, which would lower that price even more. You already told me that your iPhone is something that you use a lot, and that you need to have it in good condition. So, does taking home an iPhone for less than $34 a month sound like a fair value to you? Yes, that does sound like a very good value. Well then, let's get this new iPhone for you today. And that's how it is done. Not only are you getting them used to saying yes to you by asking yes or no questions, but you are keeping the conversation down a narrow yes or no answer path where the answer is always yes. Whereas if you keep the conversation open, it can make you lose control of it. You also have the advantage of getting them to agree with their own words instead of yours. Another thing you should always do when selling is to act calm and collected. Act like it doesn't matter to you if the sale goes through or not. Act like they are the ones who will lose out if the sale doesn't go through, not you. If you act desperate, the person you are selling to will flee at the first glimpse of desperation because it tells them that you are not in the sale for them, when you should be genuinely interested in helping them fulfill their needs. That's why you should also have a super positive energy and reinforce the fact that you are there to help them. These were just a few sales methods and techniques. Like I stated earlier, I will make a separate video in the near future going over more sales tips and tricks like these. There are also great books and sales videos you can find on YouTube if you are interested in learning more about how to get your way. Now, for step 14. There's a saying that goes like this: you get back from life whatever you put in it. That's also true for people. People will give you back whatever you give them. So if you want to get back positive things from people, you are going to have to give out positivity. And it simply comes down to that choice. You will be able to close any deal or make any relationship you want as long as you show respect and compassion towards people. The results may not always be immediate. You may do something kind to help someone else, and down the line, they may need your help. They will remember the kind thing you did for them, and they will help you out in return. That's why there are no negatives for showing compassion and respect, and no positives for showing disrespect and rudeness. Before every interaction, ask yourself, are you treating people the way that you would want to be treated? If the answer is no, then you need to do some serious self-reflecting and ask yourself, how do you want people to remember you? What impact do you want to leave behind on the people around you? I am sure that you want people to remember you in a positive way. So start giving people respect and kindness, and they will give it back to you. Now it's time for step 15. Step 15 is crucial to being successful, and that is networking. There is a saying that says the path to success is not about what you know, but who you know. Although what you know will play a big role in your path to success, who you know will also play a major role. Networking is key to opening up opportunities that you would not have had otherwise. People tend to buy from and help the people that they know. That's why you should keep healthy relationships with people, as well as constantly be seeking out new ones. The more relationships you have, the more people you have in your book of business, which means more opportunities for you. Reach out to friends and family that you haven't talked to in a while and try to mend those relationships. Invite them out for lunch and ask them what they have been up to. They will also ask you what you've been up to, and maybe you will have an opportunity for them, and they might even have one for you. If not, one is almost certainly to come up in the near future, so keep the relationship healthy and alive. When seeking out new relationships, it is important to build relationships with people that have something in common with you. It could be someone who works in your industry, or it could be someone who likes the same hobbies as you. It will be easy to build relationships off of this foundation of familiarity that you two share. Just to reiterate, when you build a new relationship, that does not mean you are replacing an old one. It means that you are adding onto your list of relationships. You want to keep all of your relationships alive and healthy, whether they are old or new. Once you have a list of relationships, you will have a large list of opportunities at your fingertips. If you use these 15 steps to success in your daily life, you will see massive results, not only in your professional life, but your personal life as well. Most people charge hundreds of dollars for success courses. I gave you all this knowledge away for free because I genuinely care about you, and I want to see you succeed. All I ask for in return is that you like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos. Also, if there is someone that you want to be successful, go ahead and send them this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will get to them as soon as I can. I put my link to my sources down in the description below if you would like to reference them. I appreciate you all for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I hope that you all get after it and use these 15 steps to success to become the best version of yourself possible. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.